Hey, the Barr Brothers are here. Hello, gentlemen.
Howdy.
Morning, Adam.
It has been a minute, to say the least. What are we, 8 years?
Man, yeah, since our last record. And I think the first time we came to Indie88, I was thinking, was it like 2011?
I think so. You guys played like a black box session for us
That's
all those
right.
years ago.
Yeah.
That might be the last time you played in Toronto.
Maybe.
I remember it now. Right when you said that black box session, it all came back to me. Totally. That was fun.
Yeah. And you guys will play some songs for us later, too. That'll be different. We'll get to that.
Yes.
Let's focus now on the fact, so 8 years between records. When do you know it's time to make a new Barr Brothers album? Is it you're collecting songs over that time and you go, oh, shit, now we've got a bunch of them, let's roll with it? Or is it like, let's sit down, let's start working on it? How does that evolve and come to fruition?
It's a great question. Well, when I think back on it, we finished Queens of the Breakers, just put it out in 2017. I think we had planned on putting something out sooner than, earlier than 8 years later, but the pandemic hit and it sort of forced us to slow down. Everybody slowed down. And I think Andrew and I realized we had not slowed down since we were teenagers. We'd just been doing this, with blinders on since we were kids, really. And it was actually kind of a welcomed break to not suddenly just throw ourselves back into that loop. It gave us time to work on some personal stuff. I think just in that slowing, we kind of took a look around and realized before we put another record out, it was more intuitive than actually thought through. But I think we just realized we want our next record to really be important and actually reflect the evolution that we would like to invoke in our own lives. And that just took time.
Yeah, as it would. It's interesting. So you guys start early on. Did you come from a musical family or did you just sort of work together early on?
Yeah, we had a dad who loved music, and so he always had instruments in the house and just encouraged us to play.
He was a dentist.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Classic. But no, we kind of discovered it on our own. There was a great teen cafe in our town, so you could actually get a band together when you were 12, 13 and play shows for kids. And, it was like a community kind of spot to have fun and get up to no good and make rock and roll.
We were lucky. We had a lot of encouragement and a good group of friends early on. And we grew up in a house with a basement. And in the basement, there was two things. There was a little boxing rink with gloves and roped off, and then our instruments and a Nintendo. And so that was sort of our zone. And we realized that if we weren't, beating on each other, it was more productive to make music together. And sort of, we had one kid in the neighborhood who was a bit older who knew how to play notes and knew the thing. And he showed us. He actually was probably one of the biggest inspirations on us was Andy Cavanaugh, who now works at the Chicago Music Exchange. But yeah, just there's people that come in, offer a little encouragement, and then you're up and running. And that's kind of how it was for us.
The boxing ring explains a lot because this is the thing I cannot stop thinking about. My brother and I can't move a couch together without trying to kill one another. I just can't imagine the fact it's just the two of you, brothers, and you're able to make this music together and work so well together. It must be a pretty special relationship, obviously.
I have a very high tolerance.
Yeah. It takes work. It does take work.
I bet it does. Now, obviously, you're busy in other regards as well, like the Mumford and Sons stuff. You guys end up going on tour, opening up for them. You were already playing drums?
That's right. Yeah, I was playing drums with them for the last year. I was on their last record, and so I started playing with them in March of last year behind the kit. And I played with Feist for a while before that too. And in a way, Brad and I have both in the last 8 years been doing individual work also. Brad's put out some great solo records. I've been out on tour with other bands, and I think for us making this record, we had to have a reason to come back together. And, it took a while for us to find that. And I think it was really, we needed to find a way to communicate to each other that felt new, that some layers have been stripped away. Like you're saying, it can be hard with family.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's easier to just say, you know what, I'm good.
Absolutely.
We'll see each other at Christmas and I love you to death, but But to be together every day doing this, we had to find new ways of communicating and have the music feel fresh again. So
We also live together in the same house
We have
with
a
our two
duplex.
families.
Oh wow, okay.
Andrew lives on the first floor. I live on the second floor with my family, and he's got 2 kids, and I have 1 kid, and so we're actually like in each other's space a lot. It almost takes more effort to like have the kind of boundaries that are necessary just to feel like, you know, an individual, and especially after 30 years of mixing it up all the time. I think it was also kind of an experiment in space and independence. Sure. And
but yeah, the Mumford and Sons guys, they just asked me if I could stay on, and we had this record coming out, and I said we really need to go out and tour this record, and they said, why don't you guys just come out and open up our tour?
That works out.
It was beautiful. Yeah,
I was wondering how that conversation goes, because it's like you're a great drummer, you're playing drums for them and stuff, and you go, by the way, I've got this thing. And like, that could be an awkward conversation, or it could be, but I'm glad they brought it to you.
No, not with them. With them, they're just kind of hey, let's make it work. Everybody, you know, we want they're fans of our band, and we.
How could you not be?
Well, you know, so that worked out. So we went on tour for 2 months, I think, opening for them as the Barr Brothers, and then I'd play with them also.
It's a busy night for you.
Yeah, I like it. I'd rather that than idling around a hockey arena.
Yeah,
doing
sure.
Nothing.
That's what
hanging out watching Mumford for the 20th time in a row.
Yeah,
which is your experience.
Me. Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
So now you're out on the solo tour, or at least the tour for you guys, headlining that.
Yeah.
Back in Toronto, playing tonight. I mean, what do we expect?
Well, tonight is the second night. We kicked it off last night in Ottawa. Really surprised with how fun it was, and how it felt like everything leveled up in a really beautiful way. We have our harpist Evelyn Gregoire Rousseau back with us. We're playing with a new bass player, Todd Dalhoof, who Andrew played with in Feist. Our lighting guy really swung for the fences and has made a really great spectacle of the show.
That's an art that we don't nearly address enough, I don't think.
Yeah, we never really paid any attention to that over the years, like a little bit here and there for a big show, but having a touring rig that just makes everything kind of shimmer and feel like a real event. And yeah, musically, it's very exciting for us, because we loved making this record. We love the songs on it. Now we actually have a chance to play these songs live, and just to be surprised by how fun they are. I think we had very kind of high hopes, but now it's like this is actually great.
And you see it in people's faces, and the catharsis of like songs you write in your bedroom that now people are identifying with and stuff. Like that's the energy of live music, right? It's just the best.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to get to have an opportunity to transmit something. There's a lot of ego that goes into being a performing musician, and trying to kind of like find the space where it can really just be about a community, compassion and sharing this moment. And that's also part of the work of the last 8 years, was just like finding ways to tuck that away and realize that our role out here as musicians can often be greater than just kind of putting ourselves on a pedestal or putting ourselves on a soapbox and get, this has been a real lesson in like how it can feel to be part of something big.
I love that. I love that you both took such different journeys too to get to sort of that same perspective and be able to do that and let it hiss us out. Now we'll see you tonight, guys. Thanks so much for coming by.
Thanks Adam.
It's the Barr Brothers.
Hey.
This is a deal that I'm feeling and I'm ready to go. Heading to the light like so many times, and now I know what I didn't know. It's too many years I've been dragging around that shame. like a dark black spot burning into my heart, and like a dog without a name. Breaking the mirror like a heaven, like the one I own. Running a fever in my ears to the local police. On my roof for a burden to proof, and now I'm dreaming in Japanese. Running right into it. And I don't know why I was running that day. Maybe I was afraid of feeling that way. Running right into it. I've been on the run ever since I was young, ever since I could say I don't wanna feel that way. When I was young, I saw the world and the colors in bloom. I spent a long time going out of my mind. Now I'm circling to the womb. Why would I need to be worried, to be living in fear? And like a long lost child coming in from the wild, I was gone and I reappeared. Running right into it. And I don't know why I was running that day. Maybe I was afraid of feeling that way. Running right into it. I've been on the run ever since I was young, ever since I could say I don't wanna feel that way. Does anyone else here feel like they committed a crime? I laid it on the line one too many times, was dying on the vine. And over the hill and I'm losing the static on the radio. I took a long drive last Saturday night with no particular place to go. I'm breaking the mirror like a heaven, like the one I own. As the days go